James Turner for the untouchable, true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. Tim, I saw you out there in Thailand with your dad training. What did you learn about your dad while you were training with him? Like, was there anything you learned about him?
Stories.
Yeah?
Heaps of stories.
Is there one that sticks out? Like one story he told you?
His training methods were crazy.
Yeah?
When he was training for the Olympics, they used to do some real old school stuff. Running in mountains and altitude type stuff. So
Jimmy, if you wanted to scrum right here, just do the scrum right here.
yeah.
Did you have to level up to get that training? Was he like, okay, now you're ready. Now I'll show you the methods that I did too. Like, did he wait till you got to a certain level to show you some of his secrets, kind of thing? Or?
I don't know. I think he sort of just left me alone, and I'd probably say, yeah, you know what? Time for it now. Let's see how tough this guy really is. You know.
What did you find the hardest out of some of the training methods that you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this one?
In Thailand, the heat is crazy, and the humidity is. So you're sweating non-stop, liters and liters. So for me, it was like 1 hour non-stop work on the bag, followed by combinations and stuff like that. More of a mental thing. It was like a marathon. Your legs start cramping up, your shoulders, and he wasn't letting you breathe. So I think that was the toughest. You know, I came out of it, my cheeks were drawn out, and yeah, I definitely felt it.
You think you got some satisfaction?
For me, it was an accomplishment. I was like, I did it, you know. This guy didn't break me, so it was good.
You know, let me get my Mark Kriegel on for a second. Did it like do anything for you guys as father and son, like even just outside of boxing, doing that?
You know what? Sometimes a flame needs to be a candle needs a flame, a fire needs a flame, and I think that was the little ignition between both of us, and a little flame can cause a big fire, and that was the little flame that just got ignited.
Was any of that had to do with the Fundora fight? Like he's like, hey, you know, let's train. I want to show you some things. So
no, it more came from me because there's not many people in this, I guess, at the very, very top of the sport, especially coming from Australia to America, that I could really lean on and rely on and talk to, you know, coming off a loss. It was like, all right, no one's in this position besides myself. The only one that's felt it was my dad, so it was like a little reunion, little talk, and just to talk over it and like think about how serious this one really is, you know.
Do you ever exchange glances with each other as a family and think, damn, I never imagined being here in this place at this time now as far as the son and his father?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that, you know, like there isn't many father and son duos that have accomplished big things. So for me to do that and to keep pushing it and to be remembered as probably one of the greatest boxing families ever lived, that's my ultimate goal.
It's not just you, it's your brothers as well.
Brother, and he's an animal as well.
What made you call your father and say, hey Dad, can you train me, or what can I do, or what was that initial thing? Because I think you were in Hawaii on holiday after the Fundora fight, and then I see you in Thailand with your dad.
Yeah.
What happened in between them?
It was like, where do you go from here, this type of moment, and who can you call that's actually felt what I felt before, and that's what it was. It was unbelievable.
Since that training session, has he played more of an active role, like talking to you, or was it just like a one-off thing?
No, we stayed in contact.
Okay.
Yeah, we stayed in contact. You know, he's coming for the fight.
Okay.
And it's the first time he's coming since my professional debut, and 8 years in the making. So it would be good to see him. It would be good to have him there. You know, like there's not many people that have walked my shoes, and he's the example.
So in 8 years, he has not seen you in the flesh, in the ring. What kept him away all that time?
question. When you see him, you gotta ask him.
It's old school Soviet parenting
Could
techniques.
be.
I guess.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. I just kept it alone. I'm like, hey, do you want to come?
He won't be in the corner with you, or he'll just be spectating.
He'll be. I don't know.
He won't be a cut man. Or
Nah. I'm not gonna rely on my dad for cut man.
I don't think anybody wants that job right now. Speaking of that, the scar looks good.
coming to
Very good.
Vegas.
Let's see
Vengeance, vengeance,
Let's
beat
see it.
vengeance.
it. That was such, an unusual situation. What, if anything, good came out of that? What was it?
A memory that's gonna be lived on for years and years. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, who cares? You lost, whatever. You put on a show. You showed respect to how it is, and you showed your true self. That's what it's all
Did
about.
it teach you anything about resilience, your own resilience in that moment?
I realized I was ready to die, no matter what. And when you're ready to die, you're a hard man to beat.
With you touched on it earlier about Bakhram Murtalaziev, the Soviet style, and that's the style your father was brought up in. So is there anything there like that you feel like, because of that, because you come from that lineage a little bit, now this is your first time on the championship level fighting a guy who comes from that school. Like, how do you digest all that?
Yeah, it's a bit strange, because you watch these styles, you're taught your whole life, and you finally get to face it. You don't know what to expect. I guess you know what to expect because you've been taught your whole life, but you actually don't know what to expect because there's not many styles that you can sort of, that Russian style, Soviet style. You don't really see it as much in Australia and in America. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, one thing about you and your dad's style, you guys do the pull counter a lot. And he did it, like now it's popular, but he was doing it in the 90s and stuff. And where does that come from? Because that's not really the Soviet style. Soviet style is more the feint with the lead hand. And,
like a bivol.
Right. Or Usyk or those guys. Yeah. So where does that pull, that Tszyu pull come from?
I think probably a bit of swagger in his head. that's
You gotta have swag to do it.
Yeah. You gotta have the eye and the confidence to be able to see a certain shot coming and so I don't know, I guess it's it's in the eye.
Right.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.